nicht Schwein. I was once in love with a pig named Schweinhart. We were lovers and best friends. But one day I couldn't take it anymore, his piggishness. And we were always fighting, always fighting. So I killed him. But then I was sorry. A little. And on top of it, I was stuck with this dead pig, and I didn't know what to do. And then I thought of cremating him. But people would smell his roasting flesh and think it was a barbecue. And that's when I decided I'd just eat him. Because this way, we could be together for immer und ewig without ever fighting. Lecker! So, you must be thinking, what kind of woman goes out with a pig? You must be thinking, she's total bala. You must be thinking, she's got me all her tosses in her schwanz. You must be thinking, she's having a picnic without any sandwiches. Vodka, und nie an die Leute denken. Or, pick up your clothes, Johnny, your room looks like a pigsty. Or, the famous yuppie pig-up line, hey babe, the only thing hotter than you here is the toaster.
I want to tell her the story. So the abbot, he thinks, what's this? This is strange. But, the Rebbe said it. The Rebbe must know what he's talking about because the Rebbe is really a tzaddik. So he goes back to the monastery, and all of the monks crowd around him, and they said, Rebbe, what did, Abbot, what did the Rebbe say? He says, he says he's got the same problem, and he really had no advice for me, but he told me the strangest thing. He told me that the Messiah is among us. And they all went to wherever it was that they went for meditation, and they thought about this. And brother John was thinking, and he says, I wonder who it is. I mean, it couldn't be Matthew. I mean, he's such a sour person. He's always complaining, and I mean, it couldn't possibly be him. I mean, he's just the least likely candidate of all. But on the other hand, he's always helping everybody, whatever they need help. And even though he complains, he always is always there when he needed. And then, Brother John was saying about Matthew. Well, maybe it's Brother Matthew. And he says, but he's always quiet and he doesn't say anything, and his praying isn't so serious. But on the other hand, and everyone started thinking about how the other person wasn't suitable, but yet he had all of these wonderful qualities that could make him suitable. And finally, the story is written much better than how I can say it. I wish I could read it. And finally, the abbot says, maybe it's this one and maybe it's that one. And then he has this shocking thought. He says, what if it's me? What if I'm the one? What if I'm the Messiah? Listen, I can't be the Messiah. I mean, there's no way I can be the Messiah. I memean, the Messiah's a great man, he's a venerable man, and he's a righteous man, and he's a good man, and he's a man of hope, and he's a man that inspires, and I am just nothing, katonti. I'm too small. And he says, but what if it is me? But if it's me, that means that I have a responsibility. And all of a sudden, he started treating himself like he was the Messiah. And then he started treating everyone else like they were the Messiah because no one even knew who it was. So everyone started treating themselves as if they were the Messiah and acting the part.
Haciendo acercando mi alma colmado mi sueño para cantarte a ti. Soy el espíritu aymara que llena la aurora y cubre el ocaso. En cada momento que expira, noches para conducirte. Cuando abro los ojos y dice una luz que hace vida y crea todo y crea nada. Siento que mi ser completo se disuelve y pierde aliento y se convierte en naturaleza.
And then they also were acting, and then they were treating everybody else as if they were the Messiah. And the most wonderful atmosphere all of a sudden was created that permeated the walls and went out into the forest and went out into the village, and people all of a sudden started to come. They had picnics in the forest, and they sensed this tremendous spirituality that was going on in the monastery. And little by little they came to visit, and they were interested, and they wanted to become part of the order because it was so special. And the novices came, and they joined, and they went out again, and they spread the word, and it renewed the entire spiritual charge of that entire dying village. And that was the Rebbe's gift. Is that wonderful? Mm. So it's like you have to consider that everybody has the Shekhinah in them, and that they're a potential Mashiach, and that you're a potential Mashiach, so that it's the way you look at things and people, and at yourself, that will create that atmosphere. That was the Rebbe.
Siento que mi ser completo se disuelve y pierde aliento y se convierte en naturaleza. A mi alrededor ángeles con coros celestiales me van cantando y yo voy gritando, de lo más hondo de mi alma exclamo: Dios, 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 gracias. Hay más, hay más.
The Messiah is among you, among one of you. Now that known the cellular pronouns. No.
That's my problem.
No. So now I made this new friend, and he's willing to come over even when I'm and because we're friends, you know, I'll give him a key. And
Okay, that's right.
he said, "Tell me what to do, and I'm going to come over and do it."
I collect books.
Take a picture of my clothes. You take a picture of me. I brought them. I have a clown.
Nice.
I have a whole clown collection. It just has to tell. When I take it off, look, and here's my kosher pig. I have so much.
I collect books.
I collect books. I'm a good book.
The word pig has changed its meaning multiple times and now refers to the well-known animal grown for speck, sulze, schmalz, presskopf, bockwurst, blockwurst, currywurst, knackwurst, weißwurst, fleischwurst, wienerwurst, leberwurst, jagdwurst. The story of how we met. It was more or less a frühling, and I was going away for the weekend, trying to get away from it all, and I stopped at a little petting farm. You see, I've always loved animals. I petted the cows, the horses, the sheep, the goats, the baby lambs, all in the mud, sort of cool and oblivious. I approached. He looked up, I looked down. I began petting hitting me. And before I knew it, we were rolling in the mud. And a couple of squeals later, it was over. And boy, I sure felt good. I had an inner glow I had not had since I was 5 when I swallowed the kitchen light bulb. That's another story. Well, anyway, speaking of changes, I'm thinking of doing this whole place over so there's not a trace of Schweinhardt anywhere. I was thinking of something like a Capri orange on this side and maybe a Berlin Taubin Grau on this side. I haven't quite decided. I found this bag of Schweinhardt stuff here, naturally. Ich bin eins mit die Umwelt. I thought I'd show you some of the stuff that I still found. Our savings account. We were planning on taking a little trip to Baden-Baden together. Bye-bye. This toothbrush. Zahnseide. I told you pigs are really clean animals. Socks. God, they still smell of him. We always practice safe sex.
It was our 3rd year of the event, and it was held at the Orensanz Foundation, this fabulous 1850s old synagogue